car was truck busted the hydraulic and not one of our independent public waste. Went all the way from Hardin Street to Carly C. Hydraulic hose. Hydraulic oil out everywhere.
It looked like a chemical spill of some kind because it started way back there. It was. Bonnie says that the thermostat's in Megan's office.
I mean, I guess we just gonna have to cope with it, unfortunately. If I'd known it was there, I'd mess with it. Just a reminder, turn your mics on the side, make sure there's a green arrow or button on it that's lit up green. You just gotta press that little silver thing. Oh, that one's on.
All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order at 6:00 PM. Here we have Carmen, Judy, Cheryl, and Bernadette. Can we rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all.
And we'll pause for a moment of silence. All right, thank you. And first for tonight, so the mission statement that we have currently is the Appearance Commission and Tree Board is charged with promoting, planning, advising, and encouraging the citizens of Graham to help beautify the community while also advising the planting, growth, and protection of trees and native plants within the city of Graham. Would anyone like to make any changes to that? Or do we all feel comfortable with that mission statement? Do I need a motion for that?
No, I thought you just wanted to read it off. I mean, I just pulled it from the website, so I just.
So that everyone
combined
knows.
it. Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to, I don't think. It's just this blanket mission statement.
This is the one that you sent him?
She just said to read or to put the mission statement on there. I just pulled it from the website under what the Appearance Commission and Tree Board is charged to do here in the city. So I didn't use the full city's mission statement because I didn't think that tied to the board, but just what the Appearance Commission and the Tree Board is charged to do. That's fine with y'all, of course.
All right, so we will now consider the minutes from the April 18th, 2022 meeting of the Appearance Commission. Are there any corrections you guys have? If not, may I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented? Can I have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Our first item of discussion is the spring cleanup. I'd like to open discussion on further specifics for the spring cleanup. If the location is decided, we'll call for a motion about that. So I guess just what location we want to do for the spring.
Yeah,
cleanup.
so you all have a date set of, what was it, June 4th? That Saturday. We made that decision last meeting, but we wanted to go through a little more of the specifics in regards to location. I know y'all wanted to pick Mr. Tim's brain on, where we want to do. I know the initial thought was do it in the parks, one of the parks, the one we were in last week, and work kind of with the rec commission and follow up with them. I did make contact with Mr. Brian Fawcett. And he said that the Recreation Commission talked about it and they were interested in helping, but we just need to nail down the specifics. And, if we can figure something out, I'll relay over to him and they'll present it at their meeting next week, I think. So just leave it up to y'all, where y'all want to do. If y'all want to open up the discussion of where we got a win, or we have a win, we just need a where at. And then we can go from there, getting all the proper utensils and trash bags, gloves, things of the like. I know there was a concern of safety and trying to stay away from the roads and right of ways. You can kind of understand that it's a little difficult. So go from there.
Tim, do you have any recommendation for a park that we could start with?
Both parks Bill Cook and South Graham. In the past, we've all met here, fire department, and there was like 4 or 5 leaders, and each leader would take a group and go to a specific place, a park or an area that really was trashy and needed cleaning up. But there's always trash at your parks, any of your parks, they clean it. There's always trash on Walker Avenue, Walker Street. Those were bad. That's where areas right there.
Yep.
I don't know how many people you have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we could break up into 2 or 3 groups, you could have different locations, but it's all about gathering the amount of people. I mean, if you combine 2 boards, 3 or 4 people per park or wherever location y'all want to, gather some people from the public, spouses, friends, family, things of the like could come with y'all and help out. The more numbers we can gather, the better off it'll be. Of course, we'll try and advertise it as much as we can online and, in newsletters and social media and things along those lines. But you can never guarantee you're gonna have so many people there. So, it's trying to find commitment from folks to kind of go in and help. So, but
We had a scout group or a school group.
mhm,
There's always scout groups and school groups who need volunteer hours or need a volunteer project. So, in the past, we've normally had at least one group from either one of those organizations to come and help.
yes, sir.
Scouts in particular,
Mhm.
they need stuff for their merit badges, so if somebody reached out to some of those, probably some help out with
Yeah. When you say school groups, are you talking about like the high school here?
high school.
Yes, sir.
Like honor
Wouldn't
societies.
Go any lower
Honor
than that.
Society, those people need hours.
Something to do for
volunteer
sure.
hours.
So do we want to start with South Graham Park and Bill Cook as a plan?
What was the other one you mentioned? Was it Bill Cook and
Graham.
South Graham?
I'm good with South Graham.
So,
Right there.
as 2 locations, think of, I guess, if each one of y'all could head a group, that's 4 or 5 locations that you could all kind of tackle. You get a task force of, maybe 4 or 5 people outside of yourself. Maybe, I don't know how many people are on the rec commission, but assign one of them to y'all's groups as well and kind of headstrong one of the areas. And then, of course, gather who you can to help out. I think that'd probably be one of the best ways, like you said, just have leaders and y'all could be considered as the leaders in this. So it's really picking wherever y'all want to do. So we have the 2 parks listed. Any other ideas? You said Walker Avenue. I know there's safety concerns working along in the right of way areas, but if there's a heavy trash area, high vis vests, try and be as safe as possible.
Should be some vests somewhere, maybe in the basement.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know, there was a box of vests and probably some gloves.
Mhm.
Frankie used to always, or the mayor one used to always come up with a box of vests. I don't know where he kept them.
Yeah.
It may be at the fire department, but I suspect there's probably some in the basement.
And I know, I feel like I've seen them down there, but I'm sure it won't be an issue to kind of gather that. I think the biggest thing is making sure we got enough clamps for people to use and utilize. Of course, you can pick it up with your hands. Some people aren't as fortunate to be able to keep on bending down and picking up trash. Of course, you probably prioritize the hand trash pickers to, I guess, some of the younger generation per se, no offense, of course, but just kind of in that sense, you don't have to have a trash little handy thing for everybody in the group. If you just provide gloves and a couple of
No,
those.
It takes 1 or 2 people to hold the bag.
Yep.
And, the main thing you need is gloves,
Mhm.
either rubber gloves or some kind of leather glove.
And I'm pretty sure the fire department probably has a
Oh, they would be.
full stack of those. So the gloves ain't gonna be a hard thing to come by. I don't think the materials for it is really gonna be the issue. It's just nailing down locations and group assignments along those likes. So like I said, I'll kind of toss the ball in y'all's court on that one.
I volunteer to go to South Graham
Okay.
and I will bring my kids and my husband to help.
I can go to South Graham too. It's
We
close to
got
me.
that trail in the woods down there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I can get in touch with a couple of people that run the Boy Scouts and where I live and see if they want.
And I'll post in the mom page. I found out that my daughter has a dance recital that morning, but so I will probably be like after 5 p.m.-ish
Yeah.
when it cools down anyway. It's not so hot. So if anyone else wants to go in the evening, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, I don't think that we've nailed down kind of a time when you want to do it as well. I mean, I guess the later on in the day, you have to take into account it getting a little bit darker. And I don't know how long it normally takes to clean up a whole park per se. I wouldn't assume that it'd take less than 2 hours. Just it depends on how many people you got out there really.
Gonna get more help early in the morning.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking as well.
It'll be cooler too.
Mhm.
And people have other things to do too.
So Miss Judy, you said you get in touch with some of the people from the Boy Scouts. Does anybody want to try and reach out to somebody from the high school? See if they have anything available. I can always be of some assistance as well if y'all.
When
need
is-
me to-
When's the last day of school? I mean, we're pushing right up against that and
That's-
seniors are done
Yeah, that's
in
true.
May.
Mhm.
So I
They'll
don't
already have their hours.
really know
done.
what that, I'm not really sure that's gonna be the best.
Yeah, just a suggestion.
And we're definitely targeting City of Graham jurisdiction.
Yep.
I do know, and I'm certainly willing to do this. Walmart over there in the industrial park,
Mhm.
they have a huge volunteer group that they'll get their employees to come out and do stuff. And so I mean, I've had luck with getting them to do things
Yeah.
because they want to be community ambassadors. So you might can reach out and see if this is something they would maybe pay their employees to come and do and
That road over there, City of Graham owns about a mile of that road.
that's what I was thinking about
Trash.
yes, it is. And my neighborhood would probably also be willing to do, but I just don't know if we're going parks or people typically want to pick up in the areas that they inhabit, right? Because they see it all the time. And that is an awful junky
I
place.
forgot about that road. You mentioned
Governor Scott Farm, right? Is what you're talking about. Cherry Lane and
Ralph Scott Park.
Ralph
Yeah.
Scott Parkway.
Cherry
Governor
Lane's,
Scott- Governor Scott, both of those roads are terrible
Yeah,
and keep getting traffic.
I'm willing to take that piece on if we want to, I mean, if we want to just do parks,
No.
I'm willing to do parks too.
No, if
Totally.
that works, if it needs doing and if
But
that works.
I
better.
think I might can get some of those industry leaders there, with Amazon and Lidl and just with my connections within the HR. Maybe perhaps we can maybe have a good opportunity to show and of course the community, the Oldfields community there.
and like you said, you're working in a specific area, and if those are the people inhabiting the area, want to clean it up. So I mean, that'd definitely be a good location if you were to look to kind of partner with them for that to take over a corridor of maybe if that wanted you like headstrong in that area. Of course, we'd have to get you like the best and everything. Traffic's not as bad over there outside of, just the trailers and things. Hopefully on a Saturday, it won't be as busy, but who knows? But it's definitely an area that
You ain't been out there lately, you think traffic ain't bad.
I have not, to be quite fair.
It needs-
Terrible.
I
Yeah,
bet so.
it's a lot of stuff. So I'll take that piece and see what movement and momentum.
That's probably as bad a trash area as anywhere.
Okay, okay.
It's Governor Scott.
Governor
Road.
Scott, Ralph Scott Parkway, Governor Scott Farm, and then Cherry Lane leading through there.
Yeah,
It's just a lot of traffic with cars, fast food stuff gets thrown out. People don't want to leave it in their car. They're moving from the Jimmy Kerr to go to work.
I know Cherry Lane is a DOT road, so we don't really have to hit Cherry Lane as
Okay.
much. But like as you mentioned, the Ralph Scott and Governor Scott are city maintained streets, so that'd probably be the ones you headstrong.
Okay,
And you probably have to, DOT probably wouldn't mind, but they probably have people out there picking it up.
well, so the question would be, if there's enough people in that area, would that be a contact we would have if they wanted to take on Cherry Lane or DOT road? Is that something that we would need to get clearance from DOT to do that, or?
I'd have to check in with some of them over there. One would, think that if they don't have to send somebody out there to clean the roads up, they probably wouldn't mind too much. But I guess it's just a simple email away just to ask the question at least.
Okay, will you do that and let me know and I'll start? Okay,
I'll have to figure out who I need to reach out to. But I'll start with top and go down and see who I need to
Okay.
talk to.
thanks, Cameron.
All right, so we're going to advertise, we're going to do one of the South Grand Park, and we're gonna do that area over there.
It's in, and it has a name, and it's an industrial park. Is that, not the NCIC? What is that? North Carolina Industrial Park. We'll call it that, yeah. The Graham
The only
side,
part of that road is in Grant,
yeah, the side, yeah.
from Lee, just the other side of Lidle, right there at the concrete plant, back this way.
Okay,
Is in Grant, back toward.
It's Mebane. Okay, got it.
But there's
Can I help
truck
us
drivers,
advertise this?
It's terrible. I mean, we go out there and mow, and you gotta pick up trash for hours.
Yeah. So we got those two locations mentioned about that South Graham and the industrial park area. You know, we mentioned Bill Cook as well. I personally haven't been out to Bill Cook Park. I don't know what it's like. So, I mean, we have those two. Definitely settle and just work on those and try and enhance in the future to come. Or if you want to try and expand a little bit more, like I said, ball's kind of in y'all's court as to how y'all want to take this. I'll just try and be as much help as I can, because I don't think that will be there that weekend either. So,
So how do we want to do like the timing for it? Do we want to do it like come here at this time or like come and go during that day or?
yeah, so I mean, it'd probably be best to get a centralized time, meet up in this location, gather everybody, distribute all the supplies, and then send people out on their way and kind of go from there. I guess the next question is, you know, finding parking for this location. Like if you're going to be working with the Walmart folks, be like, hey, can we park here and just work our way over here and work back and kind of do something along those lines. So, and then parks, easy parking, because there's free accessible stuff out there. But I think that's another reason why you kind of have to be wary of working in right of ways, is trying to find a place where everybody that's working out there, a place to park. I mean, I'm sure there's public areas, but something that have to be kind of motion prior to, you know, going out there before everybody meets up and finding a place and reaching out and be like, hey, we're doing this on Saturday, June the 4th. Do you mind if we utilize some of your parking for 4 or 5 vehicles for 4.5 hours, however long it may take, and kind of see from that.
So what do you all think about from like from 10 to 12? Is that a good time?
Might we go earlier?
Really? Okay. Would you just pick up, yeah,
Honestly,
just tell us.
I,
what time
I
you
think
want.
8 to 11, 8 to 10.
8 to
Yeah.
10?
I
think
think
you
people
wanna
want to
try-
do it and beyond out their day.
Utilize as much cool weather as you can. And then, I mean, after the fact, go grab lunch, hang out around downtown, do something. I mean, definitely make I hate if we can't include you in, but I guess you have to kind of take into account light outside and weather. It's going to be difficult to do it in midday. But I feel like it'd probably be best if you do like a centralized one single time rather than have people coming in and out. That way you have a core group that's out there working.
We all have things we have to do. We can only do what we can do. Right. Okay.
So we got those two. We got the South Graham and Ralph Scott. That's settled. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
think
fine with
that's
y'all. Like I said, I just wanted to allow y'all to open the discussion back up to discuss a little bit more of the specifics and kind of go from there. I'll do as much as I can to get everything prepared, but like I said, I probably will not be there. We'll be traveling. But I'll make sure everything's set up, and I'll make sure whoever's going to be leading it to have everything accessible and ready for everybody. So those two locations gonna be the only ones y'all work on? That good with y'all?
And with our size being so small right now.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, it's still waiting on the time to get nominations into city council. It should be coming up. So hopefully we'll fill these 2 vacancies sooner rather than later. We can kind of get back to full force and start working on a little bit more stuff. But until then,
Okay, and can I put that on next door? And I'll put it on my Howell Hill subdivision, and I'll put it on next door too. So everybody that lives down there next to the park might come out.
So can you make like an event page or something?
yeah,
or-
I'll work with Mary, and we'll get it posted. Like I
Okay.
said, I need to get with the Recreation Commission and folks in the rec department and make sure that we can get their support as well. I mean, if not, we'll still operate it and still try and get some folks, in the public to come and join. But, the more the merrier, the quicker it'll go, the more hands you got. So,
And it'll be on like the city's Facebook page too. Okay. And I'll share that to like the Alamance Mom page.
yeah, for sure.
All right, so can I have a second for the locations?
Get a motion first
Can I have a motion for the
and
location?
the time.
Okay, I make a motion that we have the spring cleanup at South Grand Park and the North Carolina Industrial Park, June the 4th from 8 to 10 p.m., 10 a.m.
I second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so Tree Board University is an online resource to learn more about what we as a tree board can do. And it has like multiple chapters. It's kind of like an online book and it's free, and you go through each chapter. It talks about like working together as a group. It talks about writing for grants and what opportunities that we could do as a tree board. Tree Board University.
Do you have any more information on that? Do you know much about it? Somebody mentioned something about having to get certification or something to be a part of the tree board. Do you know anything?
There are certifications with that program.
Yes, sir.
So when you do all the chapters, you get a certificate at the end that you can download. And me and Judy have taken it from when we were in the tree board before with Jan. And it helps you have better awareness of what we can be doing.
Yeah, it definitely helps learning the role of, what y'all do as a tree board. If you can find it and send it over to
It's just
me.
Tree Board University.
Okay, I was trying to look for it.
Or .org or something.
There was a lot of, it kept on pulling me up to Chapel Hill for some reason, but I'll look for it and I'll get it sent out to all y'all and y'all can kind of work on it if that's something you want to do. I don't know if it's required as to be on a tree board,
Just
but it definitely helps a
kinda
small little
honors.
free web seminar, it seems like. But I'll look for it and I'll get that sent out, make sure.
Is it the North
Probably.
No. I
Oh,
don't think so. Hold on, we'll try to get it for you. It's Tree City USA University.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
City,
I
USA.
thought it was-
Tree-
Oh,
Tree City USA University. And it's going to take a long time to do it.
yeah, it took me much, much longer than I expected it would take.
It has a test at the end of each chapter that you take.
It's definitely beneficial though, like you said.
Very much.
Learn a lot about what goes on inside the tree board, what we can and what we're tasked to do per se. So might not even be a terrible idea for me to look over it, so. But like you said, y'all two really don't have to worry much about it, but I'll get it sent out to Miss Lepora, you, Miss Cheryl, and you, Miss Bernadette as well. And we'll kind of go from there. And whenever you get the two new people on, put them on it as well. And that way we can kind of continue operating as a functional tree board / appearance commission. So I think that,
Now the fun stuff, the Residential Appearance Award. We have nominations and we'll narrow down to 3 or 4.
yeah, I don't really know how y'all want to go about by this. I know last time we kind of looked through and you gave me 3 or 4 that you thought to be, your top ones per se. And we tallied up to figure those out. So, I mean, if you want to take a little bit of time to read through the packet and pick out 2 or 3 that you like, and we'll tally up your nominations of your top 4. Let's do your top 4 and we'll go from there.
Everybody ready? Alright. I can start off. I
Alright.
guess. So the ones that I liked were 608 Caraway Drive, 606 Old Farm Road, 336 Kim Drive, and 102 Haley Court.
All right.
I can go if you want me to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
608 Caraway Drive. 336 Kim Drive. 102 Haley Court. 824 Caraway Drive.
You ready?
517 Banks. The 102 Haley. 603 New Street and 703.
So are these both 608 Caraway?
Yes.
I picked them out as two of my two of my favorites. So double favorite 608 Caraway. And then 614 McGee. And 213 North Melville, just because I saw it with my own eyes, and the picture doesn't do it justice, but it's beautiful. And I guess I have to pick another one. Do I have to pick another one? Yeah. 102 Haley.
All right. So from the looks of it, 608 Caraway got 3 votes, 336 Kim got 2, 102 Haley got 4, and the rest got 1 of each. So the ones are 606 Old Farm, 824 Caraway, 517 Bank, 603 New, 703 Oak, 614 McGee, and 213 Melville. So if y'all wanted to pick from the top 3 that got the most votes, that's the Caraway, 608 Caraway, 336 Kim, and 102 Haley. We can do that, or if you wanted to kind of expand on it a little bit more, you definitely can, but that's just what I got from y'all's nominations. If y'all want to take a look at some of the other ones that were mentioned, or we can go from the top 3 that y'all have.
So are we each going to choose one of these top 3?
Yeah, so the 608 Caraway, 336 Kim, or 102 Haley. 102 Haley had all of y'all's votes, so you can kind of go from there.
608 Caraway is my definite top. That property, well maintained, beautiful.
Okay.
Kind of house.
Mine's between 608 Caraway and 102 Haley, but I go with Caraway Drive.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 608 Caraway.
Says 3-1 for 608 Caraway over 102 Haley. I mean, does that satisfy all of y'all? Do y'all think?
Say that again?
So them three voted for the 608 Caraway and you gave the 102 Haley. So majority votes for the 608 Caraway. I'll leave that up to you if you want to make the motion or ask for a motion to approve that one and kind of go from there.
I'll motion for 608 Caraway Drive to be the spring appearance award winner.
Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Did you have anything from city council or from the city to share?
I don't have anything on behalf of the city council since Miss Bonnie's not here. I really don't have any other items of discussion either outside of, again, thanking y'all for your participation and all you did for the Arbor Day celebration. It turned out really nice. Unfortunately, it was a little gloomy outside, but having everybody out there was definitely, a good sign of things to come. And we'll kind of work towards that in the future, making it even bigger and bigger. And I think that's what we kind of got thrown into the mix of it a little bit, trying to get everything solved, but we're trying to do the best we can in a short amount of time and kind of build on that in the future. So I think having the foundation of getting through the tough times with not a lot of people and me kind of working into everything is, only a testament of what's to come. So again, I appreciate all the efforts for not just that, but everything else. So, Mr. Tim, you got anything you'd like to share?
No, I just want to thank everybody for their participation Friday at the City USA celebration. I thought it went great. We had a decent crowd. It was better than we've had in some years.
The public participation, like just inside the city, a lot of the planning board members and city council members coming, showing support, definitely big help.
We had a lot of support.
Yes, sir.
So the trees, the memorial trees have all been planted. I get paperwork turned in, so those people will get their certificates and they'll be recognized.
Before you leave, make sure, let me get you the proclamation. And I'll thank you for reminding me about that.
But I just want to thank everybody for coming and participating. in all of this success.
I thought the programs were beautiful too. I really liked how that looked.
Good.
Randy always does.
It is.
Yeah. that
And
was
I failed
awesome.
to say that at the podium and to thank you all too, Public Works, for what you did and your participation every month.
Is there anything y'all like to talk about, bring up?
I have something, maybe we can get like a calendar, what's going on in the next 3 months, like when is the summer appearance?
Yeah, for sure.
Say, next, I don't wanna say next Arbor Day, but, just so we know what's coming up and we can kind of plan.
Like an events calendar per se of what all we got put up.
Yeah, even like this cleanup that we can work with the New Leaf Society, we can work with the other groups and kind of do it all on one day, maybe, or, just some sort of a calendar that we can.
Yeah.
Look at and see.
I can definitely draft something up and get it sent out of, what we have for the remainder of the year. We, at 2 meetings ago, I think 2 or 3 meetings, we had the dates established for the remainder of the year for the residential appearance awards. We talked about doing the business ones as well and the winter and the summer, was that, or the winter and the fall? I can't remember which one it was, but I'll have to go back and look. But I mean, I can definitely pull those dates and put everything in like a long little list for you. And I'll work on that tomorrow and get it all sent out for at least now. I don't know what else we have really to work on outside of the residential appearance awards, and the facade grant stuff is going to be coming up soon as well. Or the business beautification grants. So that'll be coming up soon too.
Yeah, like that's.
It doesn't start until, I think, early August or late August. It's in that August or September range. So I'll get that at least pushed out to y'all so you can start talking to some of the businesses around here and be like, hey, if you need some work done, we got $15,000 to give out and kind of work with, and we'll kind of go from there.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
And you'll reach out to us about the city council with the ordinances when we go there.
Yeah, like I said, y'all submitted the application. It was forwarded along to Aaron. It's kind of out of my hands at this point. I was talking to him today. I didn't get to bring it up, but I'll look into it tomorrow and I'll send something, I guess, in a little update.
So like
Wrong.
you'll let us know when it's on the agenda or whatever.
Yeah, so I have to see when it is on the agenda. one would think that it'd be on the one for this month, but I'm not entirely sure. I know they've been slam packed with stuff to talk about. But regardless, I'll reach out to Aaron tomorrow and see if that's kind of in the pipeline, but it should be because the application's been submitted.
And do we have anything we need to discuss next month? Like,
Not that I'm super aware of, unless y'all want to meet and have anything else that y'all'd like to talk about. I mean, this was kind of one of the bigger things that we're heading into is, the residential appearance award for the spring. I mean, we could start to discuss stuff for the summer if you want to. I mean, have a short little meeting here and there, but I don't have anything super urgent outside of that unless y'all feel the need to bring anything up. I mean, if you have see anything in the meantime, prior to a week before the meeting date, send it over and I'll send it out and we'll come up here and talk about it.
I have three things. I just wanted to say thanks to Judy and Carmen. I know that you both worked really hard on that, and that was a really good program. But also, I know the city puts a lot of time and talent into making that happen. But I was impressed. It was my first ceremony, and I thought it was really done very well. So kudos to all of those. I was definitely a backseat driver on that. I was curious, when we go to recognize the winner we just voted on, will that be something you'll coordinate where we can go and get a picture? So you'll help us with that. And then last, I didn't know if Tim had an update maybe from Duke Power about if they're painting those poles or what may be happening. No update to provide.
I don't know
Okay.
anything. I know about all the discussions, but that's gonna be a council issue. Because the council's got to come up with money. We don't have the money. That's the council's the one that wants it done.
Okay.
And they're gonna be the ones to come up with money to pay for it.
Okay.
So that's kind of where it is.
Okay.
I would think. I mean, they know how much it's gonna cost to do it. And I don't know what that figure is, but it's expensive, very expensive.
Are there grants or anything that pay for those kind of things that this entity could help facilitate? Not to your knowledge. I wonder, maybe at the next meeting, is it protocol? If we can ask Bonnie as our representative to give us an update of what council may be wanting and maybe how this commission can partner with that. And
Yeah, I mean, some direction, I think, is what you're looking for here. And I don't know if that's something I maybe can find and send back out to y'all, or if it should be best coming from a member of the city council. I don't liaison a lot with city council. I can reach out to Justin and see if he has anything to provide to me about it, or upper admin, I think is probably better to discuss with. So whenever I go and talk to them tomorrow about where the text amendment stuff's at, I'll kind of ask about like, okay, power poles, hanging baskets, thoughts. What does the council want to do?
Why do you want the poles painted?
No, I don't want the poles painted. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but maybe I thought when you were here before, I know that hanging baskets were something that folks wanted. And maybe I misunderstood, and this might be a good correction, but I remember taking from that, we weren't looking at hanging baskets because Duke Power wanted to paint the poles and everything had to come off. So why go and do one thing before something else has to happen? So I didn't know. I thought Duke Power, my assumption, was wanting to paint the poles. I didn't realize that was coming somewhere else. Okay.
It's coming from one place.
Okay. Well,
It's going to be expensive.
okay. Well, I'll defer to our chair on how we move forward with that then.
Just another thing. I do have some hanging baskets.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with Sesquicentennial Park. I'm going to probably put 8 at Sesquicentennial Park. I only have 12, but I'm probably going to start there. I bought some shepherd's hooks to put them on, and my plan is to put them there. Probably be next week. I bought the hanging baskets, but then they look, they're regular, just like hanging baskets, 10-inch or so that you buy. They're a little bit root bound, so I bought some bigger hanging baskets, just empty baskets. We're gonna take them out of this and pot them into the big ones. But my big ones are not gonna be here till Friday or Monday next week. So hanging baskets will probably go out next week. Right now, we're busy as crazy, planting flowers, changing flowers out, so that will be all of this week and probably all of next week. That's a couple of weeks to get all the flowers changed out. So we'll be working on that.
Well,
Okay,
Tim, if that is going to add to your load, it's not necessary, truly, the basket, really. But
Well, it has for my load, but it's going to have to be watered every day.
well, then, that might be, we might can rethink it then.
Yeah, but I've already bought.
It was just a thought. I mean, we can,
I got a dozen. We'll go with a dozen. Now, when you go scatter them all over the city, you're talking about a different story, 'cause, and that's the reason I'm gonna try to concentrate on more to that park area, and then I'll have 4 more that I may put some here, or I may put some somewhere else that's easy to water.
well, you decide, you rethink that and you decide. And if it's gonna add to your work and you're already working hard and shorthanded all the time, and enough is enough.
I think we can handle the accessible park. I can't handle them all over the city. I mean, if you're gonna hang brackets on every pole, or half the poles in the city, I can't handle that.
Right. Well, Centennial Park looks really good right now. Flowers are very nice.
They're gonna, in the next 3, I mean, once the pansies look real good, and it's a shame you have to take them up, but the same thing happens every year, and it'll happen again in the fall. All these flowers will look good, and then we gotta take them up, plant pansies again, so it takes, and then once we put the new ones in, it takes 2 to 3 weeks or more to really get a new flush of growth on them and get some blooms on them. So, but you'll see some color in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Are you gonna leave your flowers in a plastic container when you hang them in the baskets?
Taking them out of plastic.
You're gonna take them out?
Cocoa, I bought some cocoa hanging baskets. Yeah.
Well, it might, if you can camouflage them like I do, it would save you because they don't have to have as much water.
Yeah.
If you can just, use the mat, it's whatever you think is best, but you can do that and you can't see it, you can't tell. We'll have to water near as often.
So leave them in the plastic.
Yes,
Yeah, but the plastics are not, but I'm thinking I can get them a lot bigger. If we put them, they're in 10-inch, like 10-inch pot, and the ones I ordered are 14. So I'm thinking, if I can take them out of that, put some more soil in, I'm thinking over time that'll be more vibrant and grow bigger.
But if it gets to be too much, then
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
have to do.
This is my first time with hanging back.
Thank you.
I got a person to take care of.
Okay,
The person we hired, this is our 2nd week, so this is our 3rd week, so I think she's gonna be good.
we'll be looking for them.
Yeah, give me 3 or 4 weeks. That will have some color.
And it's not a
Flowers looks
mandate.
awesome.
Well, I bought them, we'll see how it works.
At the planters, do we have to see them with the shop's names on them and who does those? That's what it is.
I think the ones that are outside, they're maintained by the owners. Yeah.
Some of them are maintained by the business.
The ones with the names on them and everything are probably,
Yeah, they are,
Yeah, we do all the planters in the court square, and then all the green planters up and down all 4 streets. 100 block of all 4 streets, we do all of those. And then, we do a whole lot more than that, so, but there are some planters up there that we don't, they're not ours. Businesses put them out themselves.
I had one side question. The kid poster winners, did they get their stuff? Have the kids been reached out? I think it was Mary who was gonna do that, but. just-
yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'll reach out tomorrow and see.
She
It
had the
was either
tags.
Mary or Brandy that probably took care of it. I've been in and out of meetings all day, so I haven't got to speak to either of them, but I'll ask Mary and Brandy tomorrow if they got everything taken care of. They should have. If I had this in.
Anything else? That's it. May I have a motion to adjourn?
I have a motion to adjourn.
Can I get a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:44 PM.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Tim. I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
I'll